Hello, everyone. It's great that you joined us today. Thank you very much. This seminar is part of our project Improving Quality Management Teaching in the Era of Industry 4.0. The project is co-financed by the governments of Czechia, Hungary, Poland, and Slovakia through Visegrad grants from International Visegrad Fund. The mission of the fund is to advance ideas for sustainable regional cooperation in Central Europe. And today, our lecturer will be Dr. Pedro Domingues from Portugal, from University of Minho. Dr. Domingues will present a topic, digital transformation towards human-centric, resilient and sustainable management systems. Dr. Domingues is an experienced lecturer and practitioner in quality management, Quality 4.0. He deals with digital transformation, and I hope you will be interested in this lecture. The plan is that the lecture will last for 2 hours. At the end of the lecture, we will have some time for questions. So if you have any questions, please write them on the chat and I will read them later, or you can wait and ask those questions in this questions session. This seminar is first of the 5 online seminars that will be delivered in this project throughout this year and probably early next year. And apart from the online seminars, we also plan 2 seminars on our universities. The first seminar will be on Krakow University of Economics in Poland, in Krakow, on May 30th. So if you are interested in more information, I hope you will join our newsletter. We will inform more about this, and of course the more information will be on our website, quality4all.uek.krakow.pl. So probably you all already know this website. So thank you very much for joining us, and Dr. Domingues, please, I stop sharing the screen and please start your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm sharing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay.
Visible.
Okay. So good morning to everyone. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Okay, and yesterday I saw a game between Poland and Albania. Okay, I congratulate the Polish team. Okay, I'm very happy for Fernando Santos, so you don't have any issues with the Portuguese guy right now at the moment. Okay, so this is the title of my presentation is Digital Transformation Towards Human-Centric, Resilient and Sustainable Management Systems. So it's I will present, check here. Oh, I have some problems here. Let me. Okay, just a slight presentation. Okay, I'm from University of Minho. Okay, it's in the north of Portugal, near Porto. Okay, it's in a town. It has two campi in Braga and Guimarães. Okay, so it's more or less here, and I work at the ALGORITMI Research Centre as a principal researcher. Okay, and the ALGORITMI Research Centre belongs to the University of Minho, and basically we congregate, encompass several engineering departments, okay, and is mainly focused on computer science and technology, information systems and technology, computer communications and pervasive media, industrial electronics, industrial engineering and management. That is my line, the field where I carry out my activity, okay, and systems engineering and operational research. So just to give you a little bit of what is Braga. Okay, Braga is an ancient Roman city. Okay, it's very Catholic with a lot of church. These pictures on the right, it's our main church. Okay, it's called Bom Jesus, what means good Jesus. Okay, and nearby there is another very famous temple, okay, that is called Sameiro, that has a statue, okay, of a very well polished and very estimated Polish person that was Pope John Paul II, okay. But so please, if you have the chance, okay, Slovak will be here in April, okay, and probably and in June also, okay. So I think he will be the best witness to give some opinion about Braga, okay. But okay, please, if you have the chance, drop by, okay. You will be very welcome here in Braga, okay. So just to present myself, okay, my name is Pedro Domingues, okay. I hold a Bachelor in Chemistry, okay, a Master Science in Textile Environmental Chemistry, and a PhD in Industrial and Systems Engineering. All of them were conducted here in University of Minho, okay. My main activity is related with management systems, and the title of my PhD thesis was Development of a Maturity Model aiming at the assessment of integrated management systems. At the moment, okay, we are all academic, and this is usual an index that or an indicator that we usually present. Okay, I'm co-author in more or less 100 papers, journal proceedings, journals, proceedings, and book chapters. Okay. And right now I'm working exclusivity in the University of Minho, but I lecture also, okay, and I was former invited professor at ISEP, that is the School of Engineering of Porto, and on two private universities, Lusíada University and Isla Gaia University, okay. So the outline of the presentation, I will talk a little bit of my experience, okay, researching on Industry 4.0 and the different denominations that I found, okay. I found papers about Industry 4.0, I found papers about Industry 5.0, I found papers about Industry 6.0, okay. So I will try to put some order, okay, on and organize all these concepts, okay, that and I'll give you my opinion, okay, on which one is the most appropriate for the denomination of this current era that we are living in, okay. I will tell you about on section 2 about some current shortcomings, okay, of the management systems as they are right now, and how it can be improved in a context of Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0, what we can do it for putting it better. Then we'll talk about management systems 4.0 and 5.0. And I'll talk a little bit of something that is more related to this project, that relates with skills and competencies to successfully face Industry 4.0 / 5.0, and some conclusions, okay? So the question is, at least on my side, okay, related to this emergence of these concepts, I have a major research question, namely, how management systems should successfully face this hyper-technology technological context. Okay, so we have a lot of concepts revolving around the concept of Industry 4.0, okay, but a lot of them, or a great deal of them, are concepts, technological concepts, okay. The question is how management systems, how the organizational context should adapt and should evolve to embrace all this technology, okay. So this section 1, okay, these results that are present here were carried out in the scope of a project between myself and 3 Brazilian researchers, okay, and that resulted in a paper in the conference proceedings, the 5th ICQM conference, okay, in that we organize here in University of Minho, okay, and the paper is called The Emergency of Industry 5.0, a bibliometric analysis, okay. So I will present the results to put some order about what is Industry 4.0, what is Industry 5.0, and some remarks relating the concept of Industry 6.0, okay. So this is a common picture, okay, that you may find in a lot of papers, okay. A great deal of papers in the introduction, okay, describe the different industry revolutions, okay. This paper is authored by Shen et al, okay. It was published in 2021, and he suggests, okay, one major difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. That Industry 5.0 deals with the human cyber-physical systems, that is, include the human factor, okay? So I believe in this approach, okay, your project, okay, that when you try to identify skills and competencies and personality traits that could embrace better Industry 4.0, in fact, you are taking into account, okay, the human factor. That is very important. And when we talk about human-centric approach to industry, okay, in fact, we are talking of a particular characteristic of what some authors state that is Industry 5.0. So in fact, okay, you are working in Industry 4.0, Internet and Cyber Physical Systems, but you are asking yourself which skills of the human, okay, may embrace successfully this challenge, okay? So, in fact, you are talking about Industry 4.5.0 according to some authors, okay? But there's a little bit of this concept is not properly established between the mainstream research community, okay? So if you check here, okay, another author, Pillai and et al, okay, in the same year, okay, and using the same approach, okay, they suggest that Industry 4.0 is more related with digital process, digitalization, okay, or digitization, okay, and Industry 4.0, one major characteristic is co-working, okay? So humans co-working, cooperating, collaborating, what they call with cobots, okay? Collaborative robots, okay? Human collaborating with robots, okay? Another similar picture, okay, by another author, Dugal et al. in the same year, okay, proposes, they don't talk about industry 5.0, okay, but they suggest that information technology and artificial intelligence is the major characteristic of the fourth industrial revolutions, whereas some authors, okay, suggest that this characteristic, namely artificial intelligence, is already a major characteristic of the fifth industrial revolution. Okay, so there is no, at this stage, okay, it seems that there is not a proper and solidified and established, okay, definition of what is Industry 4.0 and what is Industry 5.0, okay? So another author, okay, I may say that Javaid et al., okay, that published this paper in 2020. I found it a very interesting paper, okay? They summarize particularly well and systematize some concepts particularly well, okay? And as you see, okay, Industry 4.0 is characterized by digitization, and Industry 5.0 is characterized by personalization, okay? Where personalization is interpreted, okay, as the not what we call mass customization, is not so related with the product, okay, but related with also with the product, okay, but the way the product is developed or is produced, okay. In this author, okay, Dugal, okay, suggests that Industry 4.0 is encompasses several concepts, okay, and such as augmented reality, cloud computing, big data, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, okay. But then they talk about automated manufacturing, okay. That is a concept that some authors ascribe to Industry 3.0, okay. So as you can see, there is not a proper definition of, or a proper fields or proper concepts, okay, that all authors agree that should be included in the Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0, okay. Another one, okay, as you see here, related with Industry 5.0, okay, they call it, they devise several dimensions, namely advanced robotics. When we talk about the integration, okay, of the human factor in the industry, okay, it's immediately emerge another concept, that is society 5.0, okay, and Society 5.0, okay, talks about the pedagogical evolution, okay, that is within the concept or the goals of your project, okay. But for instance, these authors, okay, suggest another dimension, okay, that is medical, healthcare, and bionic technologies, okay. So in addition to the other three dimensions that we already saw, and we see it as very close to the definition proposed by other authors, okay. These ones, okay, suggest this new dimension and the evolution or the revolution revolving around medical healthcare, okay. Just here, okay. The same authors, okay, curiously, okay, propose a paper that mention what is called Industry 6.0, okay? So for me, it was a surprise, okay? I already heard about Industry 4.0. I already heard about Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. But here in this paper, they present the concept of Industry 6.0, okay? So they talk about industrial automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, okay, in the scope of Industry 3.0 as the main research fields to developed Industry 4.0, okay. But as we already saw, okay, there are this concept is a lot related with Industry 5.0. And here they innovate in the sense that they propose two phases for the Industry 5.0 evolution, okay? Phase one, that is probably the one that we heard, the traditional concept of Industry 5.0, that is synergic co-production, that is developing, working with robots, okay, and develop products and services, okay. Cobots and skill transfer systems sustained on renewable electricity, and then they propose the phase two, okay, and this phase two is what they call Industry 6.0, okay. It's an upgrade of the former phase, okay, including bionics, okay, proposing some concepts related to agriculture and waste reduction, okay. So some authors also, okay, developed some similar stuff or some similar tables, okay, regarding some particular subtopics in the operational management area, okay, namely logistics, and where they suggest some predictive management and predictive delivery management, okay, and customer-oriented Industry 5.0. So this is mainly what we can see today when we ask for instance, here in Portugal, okay, we have the option in the platforms, okay, and when these projects, mobility Erasmus projects, are subsidized, okay, we have two options, okay. I can select low carbon footprint travel, or high carbon footprint travel, okay. So we can decide what routing and what area and what kind of traveling can I carried out, okay, based on the on sustainability concepts, okay, namely the reduction of the carbon footprints, okay. And then finally, okay, when talking about society 5.0, okay, that emerge from in the concept of Industry 5.0, okay, we cannot detach ourselves from the sustainability development goals, namely in a paper authored by Miarcho et al., okay, 3 years ago, more or less, okay, and where he relates the 17 Sustainable Development Goals with the society, or at least what will be their vision of what will be a society 5.0, okay. So a lot of proposals, a lot of different concepts included in different classifications of industrial revolution, okay. So we have major differences, okay. So that paper that I talk about, and I stress that it was in my opinion, okay, a very good paper. They propose a difference, okay, major differences between what is Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0, okay? So, Industry 4.0 is focused on mass customization, whereas Industry 5.0 seems to be focused on mass personalization, okay? Digital use of data on Industry 4.0 and intelligent use of data on Industry 5.0, okay? So to make data available in a digital approach, okay, in Industry 4.0, and then to use it intelligently, okay, in the Industry 5.0 approach, okay. Usually in the quality area, on the management systems area, okay, but in the quality, we talk a lot about experience, okay, how was our experience, how we rate the experience of, for instance, okay, traveling with Lufthansa or traveling with Emirates, okay, and Industry 4.0 seems to provide a unique experience, while Industry 5.0 aims to provide an innovative experience, okay. Industry 4.0, better coordination between machines and information technology, a close collaboration of human with machines, okay? So in Industry 4.0, they don't mention the human factor, okay? That is characteristic of Industry 5.0, okay? Development of digital factories in Industry 4.0 and smart factories in Industry 5.0. The robots, okay, could perform all customized tasks in lesser time and costs, okay, in Industry 4.0. In Industry 5.0, okay, they could develop some precise and with a slight degree of creativity in the tasks, okay. So these were their proposal about the major differences between these concepts, okay. And I left here another table, okay, identifying all the characteristics that distinguish these concepts, okay, namely Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0, and Society 5.0, okay. This was presented by Domingues, okay, in 2020, okay, and he tried to X-ray these different concepts, okay. I will summarize at the end of this section all these issues, okay. Anyway, I was checking this table for where I could develop my activity, okay, as a management system lecturer, okay, and I found several issues where it seems proper to develop my activity, okay, so, namely in organizational research, in process innovation and improvement, okay, that I can find in all of these concepts, okay, namely I 5.0, 4.0, I 5.0, and Society 5.0. Related to the major dimensions, okay, of I 5.0, Javaid et al. Proposed 4, okay, namely intelligent devices, intelligent systems, intelligent automation, and intelligent materials, okay. My area of work, okay, will be probably on the intelligent systems area, okay, namely management systems, okay. The capabilities of I 5.0, so it's what I 5.0 can bring forward, okay, or what we can expect after the establishment of I 5.0. Javaid also identified four. So we could expect intelligent business, artificial intelligence-based sales and marketing, digital service, and digital decision maker. Okay, he proposed this based on the reference available at 2020 when he developed this work. Okay, more important are the critical components. Okay, he identified 17 critical components. Okay, that include big data, collaborative robots, smart sensors. Okay, so these concepts, it's a lot of authors propose this concept as encompassing the industry 5.0 concept. Okay, also Internet of Things. He proposed Internet of Everything. Okay, not all the industrial Internet of Things, but something related also with the customer and so on. Artificial intelligence and emergent artificial intelligence, multi-agent systems and technologies, digital ecosystem, smart manufacturing. Okay, this is where I expect to develop my activity. Okay, multi-agent systems encompass those systems that are called, okay, complex adaptive systems. Okay, those systems that encompass, there are a lot of agents, a lot of variables. Okay, and not all those variables, okay, perform linearly. Okay, for instance, when you put a human working with a robot, okay, we can expect some degree of complexity. Okay, but just remind you, okay, that complexity is different from complicated. Okay, complexity science is a very well known area or domain of science. Okay, with a lot of theory developed so far. Okay. And then there are concepts such as 4D printing, 5D printing, 3D scanning, holography, and virtual reality. Okay, so a lot of technology. Okay, but not so much proposals for how to deal, okay, with this technology. How this, what are the new requirements for management systems in companies, okay, to deal with this hyper-technological context we are living in. Okay, so regarding my particular view of my partial conclusions of all this information that we've collected, okay, I believe we are in if I could call it, okay, I will call it, we are in the industry 4.0 phase 2. That is, it was a phase 1 that encompass all the issues without a human, and some 5 years ago, someone said, "Oh, we forgot human in all this approach." Okay, and now we are integrating and repositioning the human dimension on the industry 4.0 proposition. Okay. So when we talk about the introduction of the human factor, okay, we talk about the emergence of society. Okay, so the group of humans, the group of how to deal also with that issue. Okay, a lot of authors, okay, and I agree, okay, and this is a major characteristic, is the human centricity. Okay, so let's make a new system, okay, where human is at the center, okay, and is being added or being supported by all the technological context available. Okay. Another particular characteristic is resilience. Okay, so to develop more robust systems, okay, joining or integrating the creativity of humans with the reliability of robots, okay, or machines. The concept of sustainability, that is a concept, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals were proposed by the United Nations, okay? And this is a concept that is everybody's talking about when they talk about Industry 5.0, or as I call it, Industry 4.0 Phase 2. And the level of awareness and or implementation are very sector specific. What does that mean? The papers that I found, the literature that I found related with these issues, okay, shows that depending on the activity sector, okay, people are more or less aware or have implemented more or less concepts associated with Industry 5.0, okay? So these are my major conclusions, okay? Please feel free, okay, to ask some question, okay, or to comment on something, okay? But we'll have some time at the end of the presentation, okay? Well, what are the current shortcomings, okay, namely that I encounter when lecturing some topics of quality management, okay, that is my area, okay? So I have to search about these concepts and the relation between them, okay? What is data, what is information, what is knowledge, and what is wisdom? And basically, okay, data is what we analyze to have some kind of information, okay? And knowledge is what we collect after analyzing data, okay? And knowledge analysis, okay, and validation will give us wisdom, okay? So usually these are some concepts that emerge when talking about industry-driven companies or data-driven companies, forgive me, okay? We talk also a lot of these concepts, okay? Data, information that results from data analysis, okay? Knowledge that results from information analysis, and wisdom that results from validation and of the knowledge acquired, okay? Why now? Why we are talking about this question about the data and data-driven companies and so on, okay? Basically, because if you see here, we have a lot of storage capacity, okay? This is, it seems linear, okay? But in fact, the y-axis is an exponential, okay? So from the 40s to 2020, okay, we have an exponentially increase of available storage capacity, okay? So what does this mean? This means that computers have now the characteristic of being able to storage a lot of variables, okay, and to monitor a lot of variables. Additionally, okay, if we check on the processing capacity, okay, we can see that so as in the previous graphic, okay, this is exponential in the y axis, okay, and we have an exponential increase of the capacity of the computer to analyze the data, okay? So when we add up, okay, I have a lot of variables that I can automatically storage, okay, collect data and from an automated process, okay, I can storage a lot of data, and I have an improved processing capacity, okay, or capability, and so I can analyze a lot of variables, okay. And the question is, I always use this issue, okay, to talk about management systems, okay, and when we doing some kind of audits, okay, we must the output usually is an audit report with the non-conformities, okay, and sometimes there is nothing wrong. Okay, but the most advised auditors and management systems responsible, okay, knows that nothing wrong is very different from everything right. Okay, so we should prepare to the forthcoming wave of information and data analysis that we need to carry out. Okay, I will just present the next results. Okay, there are some shady, okay, principle that is called the Reichenbach's common cause principle. Okay, or that basically said or states that simultaneous correlated events must have prior common causes. And what it means, this is usually when we have two variables, okay, that are correlated, okay, we must consider the potential effect of those variables being or having a common cause, okay. And usually it can be used to infer the existence of unobserved and unobservable events, okay, and to infer causal relations, okay. So why this is important in data analysis and in our area of quality management, okay? Because of this, okay? Traditionally, okay, in the quality area, okay, we use what we call the principle of causality, okay? Event A causes event B, that then causes event C, and then it causes event C, event D, and if everything okay, we have some kind of product quality, okay? But now we have, with this available storage capacity and automatically retrieval of monitoring of a lot of variables, okay, I have a lot of data, okay, and we can use what we call the principle of correlation, okay. So we will develop some kind of network and not a chain, okay, based on the correlation between variables, okay. What this means? This means that I'll have a lot of different passes to reach the same product quality, okay. So why we can do this now, okay, because it requires a lot of calculations that can be done by the processing capacity of the computers, okay, and it needs a lot of data, okay, that we now have because computers have a lot of storage available, okay. One example, okay, Ishikawa diagram. Okay, this is a typical one of the 7 basic tools, okay. Can you point out, okay, so this diagram is traditionally used to suggest some potential causes, okay, for a certain defect, okay. It's good for that because I have the idea of what kind of causes may contribute to the defect, but I would like if you could tell me some of the limitations of this diagram. Can you detect some of the limitations of this quality tool? Some shortcomings.
For me, the first limitation is that it is only limited to identification. And,
yes.
And I don't know what to do next.
Yes, okay. So I can identify it, but you as a manager or a responsible, okay, you should be able to prioritize. Okay, so I have a lot here. I have identified 339, 11, 11, 14, 16 potential causes for the defects. Okay, so one limitation is that I am assuming the same probability for all the potential causes. Okay, so I cannot prioritize. And another limitation is that I'm assuming that are no interaction between all the causes. Okay, so I'm not considering that. So I cannot prioritize because I don't have the information regarding this, and I cannot state what are the interactions, okay, between these factors, okay. Another example is the Pareto diagram, okay. Usually the Pareto diagram, okay, I have an information regarding some kind of defects, okay. For instance, here I have defect 1 or defect 2 or defect 3. Imagine we are talking about a shirt, okay, a company that produces shirts, okay. Defect 1 could be a stain, defect 2 could be improper dimensions, defect 3 could be faulty or a hole in the fabric and so on. Okay, so this particular exercise, okay, it was asked, okay, in different shifts on how many defects, okay, emerge at the end of the production after in shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and so on. Okay, so usually what we do is something like that. Okay, we put the total, okay, and based on this total, okay, I can identify that defect 3 with 103 appears the highest. Okay, and the second is defect 6, and so on. Okay, so Pareto give me some chance to prioritize. Okay, I know that defect 3 appears the highest amount. Okay, then defect 6, then defect 6, and 5. Okay, but what are the limitations of the Pareto? Okay, so what will be your normal decision if I tell you that you just have money for dealing with 2 defects? Okay, which defects you will choose? Okay, which are the most impactful? What do you think?
Anyone?
Yes, I think it will be defect 3 and defect 6. Okay, so these are those that emerge that appears in the highest amount. Okay, but once again, okay, the question is this the proper decision? What are the limitations of the Pareto? Okay, please check. Okay, we are not taking into account the relationships. Okay, we are just putting and considering that there are no relationships between defect 3, defect 6, and defect 7, and so on. Okay, but there's another tool that enables the assessment of relationship. Okay, that is the dispersion diagram. Okay, and if you recall, I didn't consider defect 7 or defect 5, but I will assess if there is anything, any relation over here. Okay, so if I put a scatter diagram, okay, between the 2 variables, defect 7 and defect 5, okay, I have here determination coefficients of 0.867 or 67%, okay, of variance explained by defect 7 and defect 5. Okay, this suggests, okay, there's a strong correlation. Okay, so this suggests a possible common cause, okay? But if the cause is common, okay, when I will try to eliminate defect 7, I will also eliminate defect 5, okay? So, okay, I have the possibility of eliminate more or less 80 amount of defects, okay, that is higher than the 60 amount of defects, okay, that I choose prior, okay. So what's the meaning of this? The meaning of this is that now, okay, I can do this automatically, okay, because the data collection is automatically, and the data analysis is automatically. So this that was a little bit time consuming, okay, before before having computers to help us, okay, is now automatically, okay, and I can avoid some improper decisions, okay. Well, regarding management systems 4.0 and 5.0, just to talk about a little bit of standardized management systems, okay. This is my area of activity, okay. So when we talk about standardized management systems, we are talking about the implementation of a management system according to a certain standard, okay. So when we talk about ISO 9001, we are talking about addressing the requirements from the customer. When we talk about ISO 14001, we are talking about addressing the environmental requirements established by the society, okay. And for instance, when we talk about ISO 45001, we are talking about addressing the requirements of well-being, of at least occupational well-being of the workers, okay. So in fact, the question is why implementing standardized management systems, and basically it's a way, okay, to put some order, okay. It's like in physics, okay, where we have that statement that if you don't do some kind of work or put some energy in a system, they should evolve in entropy, okay, in disorganization, okay. So here is the same, okay. You should have some kind of system that you could maintain a certain level of order in the company, okay, in the executing procedures and so on, okay. So the question here is how to encompass different companies, okay, one at the level of industry 3.0 and others at level of industry 4.0 and 5.0, okay, because this is the current situation, okay. We have a lot of companies, okay, a lot of supply chains encompassing different companies, some of them not so aware or not so in a level that can talk between them regarding information technology, okay? So when I talk about organizational components, this is usually known as the soft parts of industry 4.0, okay? So the hard parts are the technology, okay? All the technological part, okay? And the organizational, okay? When we talk about how to improve or how to develop a management system that encompass all these technological contexts, okay, I call the soft parts of industry 4.0. And the challenges today relates with the degree of globalization, okay. So we have very long supply chains, okay, very long, very different companies, okay, operating in different contexts, in different countries, and we need to have some kind of common language, okay. Usually, the implementation of one of those standards, okay, namely ISO 9001, it has a lot of criticisms, okay. Some people say it's bureaucratic and so on, okay, but at least it gives you something, okay? It gives you a common language, okay? For instance, if you are talking with a Chinese company and you talk about a non-conformity or a defect and which were the actions that you carried out, okay, this they will understand if it is a certified company. We are coping today with customer certification in the sense that they are very well informed, okay, and we need to deal with talent management, leadership issues, environment concerns, social responsibility, okay. All of these are issues that are hot issues today, okay. The main question relating to management systems, okay, is, in my sense, okay, it's related with the quality management, okay. Usually, quality management is characterized or is systematized, supported on 4 dimensions, okay. Quality planning, quality control, quality assurance, and quality improvement, okay. Usually, quality improvement is that dimension that enables the progression of quality, okay? So when we talk about Lean Six Sigma projects, Kaizen, continuous improvement, and so on, okay? We are talking about quality improvement topics, okay? And a quality manager should be aware of all these dimensions, okay? What is the problem? The problem is that we have here a lot of dimensions, or at least 2 dimensions, okay, that are mainly related and are very time consuming and energy consuming, okay? Namely, the quality control, okay? I would like for you to think about these dimensions, control and assurance, okay? So why do I control my process, okay? That's the question that we should put, okay? Why to carry it out quality control, okay? In fact, okay, I take action, quality control actions because, okay, I don't have a 100% assurance, okay, that my process will work properly, okay? So in that sense, okay, the quality control or the activities, the control that I carried out are just a way, okay, to prevent that any defectful product will reach the customer. Okay, so in that sense, it can be considered some kind of waste, okay, in the sense that I do control because I cannot, I'm not able to present a 100% assurance process, okay? So we can increase, in fact, okay, quality assurance, but usually quality control should always be there, okay? But sometimes in a lot of companies, okay, the quality manager is overwhelmed with all these issues of quality control, okay, namely to collect data, namely to proceed with registration of data, namely on the analysis of data. So he or she is so overwhelmed, okay, that it basically don't have time, a lot of time, for the most important dimension, that is quality improvement, okay? So we are so overwhelmed with quality control that we have that chance. What will this revolution will bring us, okay? If I have a way of automatize tasks, okay, namely to collect information or data in different variables with sensors and so on. Okay, and if I have a lot of softwares that right now can analyze the data, okay, this task, this burden of quality control is more or less eliminated. Okay, so what we'll have is somewhat we can free the quality manager, okay, from that very time-consuming task that's only to control, okay, and that prevents from the real improvement of quality, okay. So in my perspective, okay, I truly believe that this new data-driven and all of these technologies, okay, will impact mainly in the ability of the quality manager to carry out the most interesting dimensions, okay, namely improvement and assurance, okay, and just to replace the responsibility of the quality control on automatized tasks, okay. So that's a very important issue, okay. And another issue relates with the management systems, okay, itself, okay. And in my, this was a paper, okay, that we wrote in 2015 in this conference, okay, as we talk about integrated management systems as complex adaptive systems, okay. So, and in this paper, we talk about what could be the management systems in the near future, okay? And we talk about self-adaptation, the concept of self-adaptation, self-learning, okay? All of these management systems are supported on the PDCA approach, okay? Plan, do, check, act, okay? And this could be the wheel, okay, that promotes self-learning or learning, okay? Because when we are talking about intelligent systems, okay, we talk specifically of those that have the ability of learn from past experiences, okay, either positive experiences or not so positive experiences, okay. When we don't have positive experience, okay, we call it an improvement opportunity, okay. So in this paper we talk also about the issue of complexity, okay, and how to deal with that issue, okay, of more increasingly complex systems, and we talk about a lot about self-adaptation and the integration of the different management systems, okay. That I believe it will be a characteristic also of the Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0 concept, okay, that is addressing simultaneously to different requirements from different stakeholders, okay. That I think it will be a characteristic because that's the path that I can use to achieve sustainability, okay. Finally, just to talk a little bit about skills and competencies to successfully face Industry 4.0 and 5.0, okay? Similar to this project, but not so well structured as this project, okay? But we try to ask some in 2019, okay, sorry, 2020, okay? Which will be the proper skills, okay, to face successfully these concepts of Industry 5.0 and Industry 4.0, okay? So we developed a survey, okay, and we identified some skills available on the literature, okay, and we asked for companies, okay, or the responsible, the manager, okay, for companies to assess the importance of those issues, okay, or those items in a certain context of industry 4.0, okay. So we identified, we received almost a little bit more than 300 answers from all over the world, okay. And the items that were assessed were these items, okay. For instance, if a person was altruistic or not, okay, the ambitious or not, innovative, so the ability to develop a social network and so on, okay. Those were the items assessed in a 5-point Likert scale, importance Likert scale, okay. And what we've done, and then we were able, using principal component analysis, okay, where we identified the components underlying all these or a group of these items, okay. We identified 7 dimensions, okay, namely the dimension, the first one was what we call personality traits, okay. The second was analytical skills, then the third, communicational skills, technological skills, adaptability skills, quality-oriented skills, and leadership skills. So it seems that a proper quality manager of the future, okay, should hold these dimensions, okay, these 7 dimensions, and we receive answers from all over the world, okay, namely a lot of them from United States, from Brazil, and from Portugal, okay, and also from Poland. We receive some answers, okay. And these are the results, okay, of the issues organized or by component, okay, all the items organized by components. So how we reach the 7 dimensions, and then I will show you this as an example of the shortcomings that we talked earlier on, okay. We identified these 7 dimensions, and if I present this bar graph, okay, I see that the quality-oriented dimension was the one rated the highest, okay, by all the companies, okay. So with an average of 4.23 in 5, okay. What is the here, okay? Once again, we are not considering, okay, the relationships that could exist between these dimensions or these variables, okay. So I can do that by using same techniques, okay, structural equation models techniques, okay, where I can use a measurement model, okay, as a confirmatory factor analysis, okay, and then I can use partially square same model, okay, to check what will be the best configuration, okay, that gives me the highest value here, okay. In this case is 0.5, okay. It suggests that 50% of the variance is explained by this model, okay, suggesting that there's a lot of other variables that should be contemplated, okay. But here, okay, if I consider the relationships between variables, okay, I can see here that the most important dimension is not being quality oriented, but is leadership, okay. So once again, we have different results if I consider relationship between variables, or if not considering those differences, okay. So here the most important dimension, okay, the items that that companies found more interesting for forthcoming quality leaders are those related with the ability of leadership. Okay, so these are very important issues, okay, to taking into account of the situation. Okay, just to summarize, okay, this slide may surprise you, okay, but we talk a lot of interactions, okay, that is relationship, that I feel are the major contribution that we can that we may expect in the management systems area, okay, about this data the big data issues, okay, related with Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0, okay. So I believe that in fact, okay, when we talk about the planets in the solar system and so on, okay, you may consider each planet like a variable, okay. And the most important thing is that Newton's found the relationship between those variables, okay? And why that is important, it's because this relationship, okay, enables prediction, okay? I know where will be the planet in a few days or in a few weeks or even a few years, okay? So enables prediction. That's very important because one of the issues, okay, of today is what we call about predictive quality. Okay, this was one of the papers that we developed and we presented in the same conference. Okay, that is related with development of a predictive model of financial performance indications for organization. So we go into and this is very important, from a reactive quality to a proactive quality, in the sense that we can anticipate the probability of something being wrong, considering the status of the variables in each moment. Okay, so but in fact, okay, to assess this predictive approach, okay, or to reach this predictive approach, we need to understand the relationships between variables. Okay, so that's why I found this so important to focus on this concept of interrelationships. Okay, so in terms of I believe I'm a little behind schedule, okay, but I guess I talk a little bit fast, okay, but majorly in conclusion, okay, just to remind this, okay, we are working in a very competitive world, okay, and everything counts in large amounts, okay. These are the lyrics from Depeche Mode song, okay, and today, okay, I believe this image can explain what we can expect from the past and the future. Okay, so we can expect the past was more or less done in a discrete way. Okay, we in a reactive quality way, we just check the amount of defects, the amount of non-conformities, okay, after they already occurred. Okay, now today, okay, I can have that information, okay, almost live, okay, in that moment, okay, because everything is connected. Okay, I may access information about a supplier, okay, what gives me some degree of addressing a potential issue that may cause some that may be harmful to me. Okay, so this is an image that I would like for you to be in your mind. Okay, so I can go from a reactive way, but the desired way is to be proactive and predictive. Okay, so I can anticipate the problems organizational problems from a company. Okay, that's where we are working right now. Okay, is to have some kind of model that gives me some prior advance notice about some potential problems that may emerge. Okay. So I would like to finish this presentation, okay, just to give you an invitation. We are organizing in June, okay, and in Braga, okay, a summer school. It's called Summer School on Quality and Organizational Excellence, okay. I may tell you that we have excellent lecturers over there, and this is an invitation for you. If you are interested, okay, you can Google it, okay, and or you can ask for it, and I'll send you the link to access this issue. And finally, thank you so much, okay, and I'm available for the questions that you may have, okay. Thank you so much, okay. I believe okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And so we now start the questions session. Thank you very much for the very interesting presentation. I already received some questions on chat, but I hope there are a lot more questions from participants. So let's start with participants' questions. If anyone has a question, please open your mic and just ask the question. So, please. Okay. No one is ready yet. Okay, so I will start with. Okay. Please.
Sorry, may I ask a question?
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
My name is Małgorzata Pańkowska. I'm from University of Economics in Katowice, and I would like to ask a question concerning this PLM model, particularly if professor could once again open these models, because then it will be easier to explain my questions. First, I would like to ask, that one, this blue and yellow, here. Okay, so that is, I'm curious, what hypothesis have you formulated? And also, what is particularly important here is the items. Could you explain what items do you have, because it is just a short names of these items, but
okay.
Yeah, and
yes,
a hypothesis which were accepted and which were rejected. Yeah? Thank you.
This was yes, okay. So this is let me put it in a presentation mode. I think it's bigger now.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the items that, for instance, what we select was some items available. This is in the scope of a master degree project, okay, and the candidate select first several items, several skills and competencies, okay. For instance, this one here in the dimension leadership, okay, it's the ability to delegate, the first one, okay. The second, the ability to congratulate, being coordinative, being fair and objective, okay, holding good management skills, okay, capability of moderate differences, okay, and capability of motivate workers, okay. In the adaptability dimension, the ability of changing roles, okay, some kind of cognitive flexibility and complex problem solving, okay, skills. Related to quality oriented, okay, it was customer focus, instructive, okay, and excel in the use of quality tools. Okay, regarding the personality traits, altruistic, ambitious, innovative, being able to create a social network. Okay, regarding communicational dimension, holding emotional intelligence, good communicator, being persuasive, being able to work in teams. Okay, regarding the analytical dimension, the ability of abstract thoughts, okay, analytical reasoning, being able to use statistical tools, okay, and using IT tools, Industry 4.0 and troubleshooting, okay. So this was not a model, okay, to test hypotheses, okay. This model was carried out, let me, okay. So, this model, okay, was not the traditional way of doing the adoption of hypothesis validation, okay. This was, we developed the survey, okay, using all items, okay, and rating, asking for the respondent to rate according to a 5-point Likert scale, importance scale. Okay, so we put all the items and then we ask from the statistical conversions within components. Okay, so we didn't have a priori these dimensions. Okay, but we found that there were the software, okay, in this case it was a SPSS, okay, were telling that this grouping were suggesting these grouping dimensions, okay. Then we based on this group dimension, we asked a group of experts, okay, I believe quality experts, I believe it was 10 or 15 group of experts, okay, their opinion on this, what did reflect these items, which dimension could they reflect, okay? And we did some kind of interactive approach, okay, till we reach these names for the dimension, okay? So we converge in the sense that all these items, okay, were reflecting the dimension leadership, okay? All these items were reflecting the dimension personality traits and so on. So these dimensions were named or identified a priori, okay? A posteriori, sorry, okay? So based on the grouping, okay? And then, okay, somehow we identified or optimized the model, okay, and then we reached something like this, okay. So the objective was to, as you can see, okay, we have here an R-square of 50%, okay, that is very low, okay, suggesting there's a lot of other items, okay, missing here, okay, or even eventually another dimensions missing here, okay, that could improve this model, okay. I don't know if I answered your doubt, okay.
Yeah, I agree that is the relations between the items and construct, but beyond that you have the how to say, the relations between the construct. You mean, like, for example, adaptability would have impact on leadership.
Yes.
And this is just 0.281. Yeah.
Yes.
And so in this, I mean, there is relations among the construct, like personality traits have the impact on adaptability, communicational or on and analytical would have impact on quality, and technology would have the impact on the, and these numbers on the error, on these lines, on these arrows are very small, very small. So that is my question, because we have done a similar model, particularly at my university with Professor Rogala from Wrocław, and we applied technology acceptance models. And then we have quite good numbers, I would say. The hypothesis, Yeah, so it's,
I believe, okay, I believe that, okay, I agree completely with you, but these are statistical significant, okay? So there is a statistical, if you notice here, okay, not all the potential errors are here, okay? For instance, technological, just have a small arrow towards quality oriented, okay? This means that those other potential errors were not found statistically significant, okay, and are not here, okay? But these, the loadings, okay, are just, so they are small numbers indeed, okay? They reflect the low, the low, how I call it, the low index of adjustment of the data, okay, and they reflect a lot of missing variables, okay, here, okay, but these are statistically found statistically significant, okay, although they are small, okay, that's true, that's completely true, okay, but this was the this was the best we could do, okay, and it was in the scope of a master degree, okay, and this was the best we could reach, okay. So yes, it has a lot of improvement opportunities, okay, for sure, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, other questions? Would like to ask a question? Okay, so maybe I will start with questions from the list, and if anyone wants to add other questions, just please join and ask. So the first question, what should be the directions of changing university education towards new challenges related to Industry 4.0 that you described?
Yes.
Do you have some ideas, some concepts?
Yes, and I think, first of all, okay, I think that your project, okay, it's a very, very interesting, okay, and pertinent project, okay, because a lot has to change regarding what topics are we addressing, and which approaches we use to deal with this new context, okay. For instance, here in Portugal, I work a lot with, and he was my supervisor, Professor Paulo Sampaio, and he's now the director of the industrial and systems industrial engineering courses, okay, and he's the prior 2 years he tried to adapt the syllabus of those courses, okay, and the different curricular units, okay, to introduce a lot of data treatment analysis, okay, techniques, okay, namely focus on, for instance, using neural networking analysis, okay, data from social networking platforms, okay, or data from or data mining, okay, or text mining techniques, okay, all of these techniques, okay, I believe statistics very important, okay, and some kinds and same degree of ability to program, okay, computer programmation, okay. He tried to adapt in that sense, okay, and also, okay, some other usually workshops, okay, and mainly based on these results, some workshops, okay, for soft skills, okay, in this sense, for the leadership, as you saw, okay, that we found relatively important, okay, to improve, because it can be manageable, okay. You can improve those soft skills like leadership, okay, and so on, okay.
Thank you very much. And The second question is about the methods you discussed. You gave examples of Ishikawa, Pareto.
Yes.
And the question is, should we use known quality methods and try to improve them, even they are 80 or more years old, or rather try to work with the industry to develop completely new methods? So evolution or revolution? What do you think?
I'm not. I'm a supporter of a kinetic evolution, okay, in the sense that it could be, it's not a revolution, okay, you cannot present nice, good results, okay, if you not work both with academia and with industry, okay, I believe in that, okay. An equilibrium, I believe it's the most important, okay, because you need to know you need to be on the floor of the industry to understand the real problems, okay. And then you need to this ability of abstraction that sometimes take time, and a different mindset that is available in industry, okay. So I believe in a task force, okay, that is very difficult, okay. We have a major, and you will be able to see some outputs when you will be here, okay. We have a major project, okay. In fact, it's a program with the biggest industry here in Minho region in the north, that is Bosch, okay. We have a Bosch facility here, almost 3,000 or 4,000 workers there, okay, and they're joining efforts with academia, okay, to try to work together, okay. In the first years, it was very difficult, okay, very different mindsets, okay, a lot of attractions and so on, okay, but right now, okay, we have several ongoing projects with Bosch. Bosch has a laboratory, okay, within the university, okay, and a great deal of students go to Bosch after to finalize their bachelor degrees and so on, okay. I believe in the integration, okay, and I believe in that we can achieve a fast-paced evolution, okay. I'm not a strong supporter of revolutions, okay. Sometimes they are needed, okay, but I don't think it's the case. We can go with reach good results, okay, without a cutting edge revolution, okay.
Thank you very much. And a question to all participants. Do you have questions? Would you like to ask some more questions?
Okay, we have here in the chat, okay, I believe it's Professor Agnieszka Kitstead, okay, that put the question: is it possible to apply the Industry 5.0, 6.0 concept to not-for-profit entities such as public entities? I believe so, okay, but as I told, okay, I believe all these concepts are very sector specific, okay, so not all the companies, okay, I don't know any company that applies 100% all the concepts associated with these concepts of Industry 5.0, 6.0, okay, or 4.0. But I believe that some sectors will be slower in the implementation, okay. Some sectors will be will have a fast pace on implementing that, okay. Some of them will experience, I believe this will be for the demand, okay, from the customer, okay, not customer, okay, but for the stakeholders' demands, okay, and after a stakeholder starts to using cloud or artificial intelligence and so on, okay, they will require for their stakeholders, okay, to use that. So I believe, yes, okay, it's possible to apply the concepts, okay, associated on industry 5.0, or at least is it possible to it will be possible to digital transform all the companies. I believe so. Okay,
thank you very much. And any more questions? No, so again I will return to chat. Professor Małgorzata.
Yeah, I would have a question concerning the standards. Mention about some, but the standards concerning this collaborative bots. What standards would you, ISO standards, would you propose to consider when we are, I don't know, thinking about these collaborative bots? Do you have any examples?
Yeah, well, the standards community, okay, is also embracing for these changes, okay. Namely, I'm more related with management standards implementation community, okay, and we are now discussing because usually we have a period of within we revise the standards, okay. And we have the option, okay, the last revision of the standard was 2015, and we'll have the option to revise, usually it's 10 years, okay, then the next revision, okay. But I believe that the standards should consider, okay, all this that is happening, okay, because we are talking about for instance, I'm a member of a project, okay, that is trying to develop some artificial intelligent management system, okay. At what points we can do it? The management system can be automatized by himself, and more than that, how he can learn. Okay, so that some kind of non-conformity that was detected previously and that was treated previously, and that we achieved several results. Okay, those results will be incorporated in the next decisions that will be carried out. Okay, I'm involved in that project. Okay, I'm involved also in the project about audits. Okay, how to perform remote audits. Okay, and how so there's a lot specifically about bots, okay, and about that issues, okay. I cannot answer you that, okay, but I may tell you that we are working on those pertinent issues, okay, so that you may expect how to, for instance, how to link my management system to my suppliers management system, okay, which information it should be considered, okay, because as soon as you have information, okay, you have the ability to change something, okay, but you always, and this is a very important point that was introduced in the last revision, you always need to lead to manage the risk, okay, but as soon you have information, okay, that risk management can change, okay, or you can update the risk associated with a task and so on, okay. So the key deal here is information, okay, and some information, okay, that belongs to the suppliers, for instance, may be shared with you, okay, so you can manage your process, okay, your productive process with lesser risk, okay. For instance, if I know that in my supplier I have one one product that I demanded that is delayed, okay, I have some more days, okay, to plan my production, to plan other issues and so on, okay. It's that. So that's the main issue, okay. But it's a very important challenge, okay, how to put all the systems talking together, okay. And technically, I think it's different, it's difficult, okay, but it is, from an organizational point of view, is also very difficult, okay, because a different mindsets, usually the mindset between customer and supplier, okay, is a little bit more distant, okay, but I need that a lot of information could be and a lot of benefits could be reached if a more collaborative approach and not so confrontive approach, okay, be adopted, okay, a different mindset, okay, but that usually takes a long time also and a lot of effort.
Yeah, yes, thank you, because you mentioned about this industry 5.0 and there is a collaboration, yeah, human beings and machine, yeah, so then
Yes.
we need, I think we need standards for these machines, ISO
Yes.
standards, and then about also the collaboration among this.
Yes. I know that there's a group in the I know personally in the Torino Polytechnic. Okay, Polytechnic of Torino is a group with Professor Franceschini and so on, that they are working a lot with cobots, okay, and they are exploring all the issues. I don't know particularly if they already mentioned or they are thinking about an ISO standard, okay, but for sure they will emerge, okay, but that's the group that I know that is more involved on that area of cobots, collaboration, okay, collaborative robots, is the group from Politecnico Torino with Professor Franceschini and Professor, well, I know more Professor Franceschini and Professor Luca and so on, okay. I may give you the contact if you want, okay. They are very nice people, okay, and very beautiful city also, okay. If you can go there, or if you have the chance, okay, please go there, okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
So maybe to extend this discussion about the standards, first I will ask to your answer. Maybe there is a bit forgotten area of management, which is ergonomy. I see Bernard here, who is expert in ergonomy in our department, and I think there were some standards in Poland, at least, regarding ergonomy. Of course, they are outdated because the technology went a lot faster than the standards, but I think we have some good basis to start with this area, and in fact we should dig in history a bit to not to start from scratch, I think, and to extend the question regarding the standards. We can see that each next standard is more and more general, and as you said, the words that we use, the terms that we use are similar. We know them, and we can talk between the companies. But in fact, I think those standards are less and less give less and less added value because of this generalization. Yes, and yes. I fear that Industry 4.0 can even make them more obsolete, in fact.
Yes.
So do you think there are some directions of evolution of those standards that could give companies more added value?
Yes, I agree. Okay, with all that you stressed. Okay, and more than that. Okay, they are the facts. Okay, if you check the numbers. Okay, about the number of certifications. Okay, and ISO has a publication that is called ISO Survey of Certifications. Okay, and if you check it, okay, they are slowly decreasing. Okay, so it suggests that we have standards that there's a lot of reasons for that. Okay, namely there are sector-specific standards. Okay, companies decided to do not certificate according to ISO 9001. Okay, because there was a similar standard, okay, related with quality, okay, that was emerged, okay, and it's more close to the activity that the company is working on. Okay, so anyway, okay, I truly feel that a lot of companies, okay, adopted ISO 9001, for instance, to give a wake-up call, okay, to the workers and to all the stakeholders for the company, okay, that they achieve a degree of quality. Okay, so and some of them I contact, and some of them are my friends, okay, and I ask why they let the certification down, okay, or they left the standard, okay, and usually they tell me that they already achieve something, okay, that they don't need a standard, okay, because they already do the procedures, they already have all the process identified, okay, they achieve a certain culture, quality culture, okay, that they don't need anymore a standard to pressure them or to have audits once a year, okay, and because they already achieve a level, okay. So their option was to not continue with the certification because it brings much more costs and so on. Okay, that's a reason. The second part of your question, yes, I believe that with all this issue of Industry 4.0 and the concepts revolving around, okay, we must rethink. Okay, but probably in that case, maybe a revolution. Okay, probably in that case, okay, we must rethink deeply. Okay, the management approaches that we are working with. Okay, that should be deeply rethink. Which are the stakeholders? Okay, which in fact, which are the requirements, the needs and the expectations of the stakeholders, okay, all of that, and that's very important. Regarding the ergonomic issue, okay, one of my supervisors during the PhD was Professor Pedro Domingues. He's an expert in ergonomics, okay, and I addressed that issue, namely the issue of macroergonomics, okay, the issue of how a management system could adapt on itself, okay, could adapt to the workers, to the kind of workers, which will be the best management systems, okay. It's not the question how to adapt the work to the collaborator, okay, or how to adapt some with these new challenges with working with cobots, okay. I must say that I was in that Polytechnico of Torino, and they asked me to, as a guinea pig, okay, to work with a cobot. They put me a lot of sensors, okay, and you can do it for 5 minutes, okay, but then the human being started the robot do it on the same way, and then you start to, it's very difficult, okay, to cooperate, okay, because it's very demanding, not so physically, okay, but also psychologically, and it's very demanding, okay. So I think it's all there's a lot of field. I think it's a good area to work. There's a lot of work for everybody, okay, in every scientific domain, and with a lot of challenge. I think we live in, for us as researchers, I think we live in fortunate times, because there's a lot of issues to address, lots of proposals to think about and to suggest in all scientific domains, okay.
Thank you very much. And a question from Dr. Winczycki.
Yes, so I think with ergonomics, we have such a problem that ergonomic guidelines are often not defined in legal regulations. And we have a discussion at the Polish Academy of Sciences, and the director of the Krakow department of the State Labor Inspection, he told us they have problems to determine whether a company fulfills the guidelines because they are not defined in legal regulations. And this is, I think, the problem for the future to be solved. And the law should be finalized in these aspects. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your comment. Okay, I agree also. But for instance, we have in the area of occupational health and safety, we have the new approach directives, okay, that they ask for almost, I mean, beside the regulation from governments, okay, that new approach directives asks also for almost internal regulation, okay, for the companies, okay, how they regulate itself, okay. So there's a lot of issues, okay. I believe the government should be involved, European community should be involved, just to state that this industry 5.0 concept, okay, emerge from European community, okay. So it's an issue that they are aware, and they are there's a lot of contributions because it's a lot of different challenge on different domains that everybody can surely contribute and be an add value, okay, with some good ideas and probably with some out of the box ideas, because that's very important also, okay.
Thank you very much. Any more questions? Okay, I have some. I have some. So
yes.
The question is regarding the human resources, and some experts say that the Industry 4.0 won't impact employees because new workplaces will be created. So we will remove old workplaces. There will be no new workplaces, and everything is okay. But in fact, there will be different workplaces with different requirements. So,
yes.
Do you think that quality inspectors, for example, are able to completely adapt to those new high-tech tasks from your practice from enterprises, for example? And maybe we talk about different employees. So those employees won't have their jobs, and we will need completely new people, not new tasks only.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, I think in my opinion, okay, but that's my opinion, okay, at the macro level, okay, that governments say we will have this kind of demand for these 2 million people about okay, and but the question is, it's not the same people, okay. So the question is, some people will be almost not able to join, okay, because of the lack of skills, okay, namely with information technology, okay. I know that there's a lot of at least that's my experience, okay, a lot of workers, okay, that don't have any kind of being comfortable with any kind of device that involves information technology, okay. So it will be much difficult for them. Here in Portugal, I believe the same or similar in Poland, okay. There's a lot of courses of young people being trained and having bachelors and masters and so on in information technology, okay. There's a lot, okay, and so these are probably so it's easier for them, okay, to have a professional experience at the end of the course, okay. But then they will have to fight between all of them, okay, because very competitive also, okay, to reach different levels, okay. But I think it will be easier for the younger people, okay. It's much easier for the younger people that they almost born in the information technology context, okay, and but very, very difficult, okay, almost impossible for people that didn't adapt till now, okay, to the information technology context, okay, and some tasks do not require for that, and they will be probably eliminated for human, okay, and replace for some kind of robot, okay, or some customized, okay. But the idea, okay, of 5.0, okay, generically is to integrate the add value of being a woman, a human, and the add value of being a robot or a machine, okay, because there are some things that human can do best than robots or computers, or okay. So there's a lot of those issues, okay. I believe that the approach is to join. It's like the best of two worlds, okay. Let's see if it works, okay.
Thank you very much. And
Yes.
Dr. Tomasz Małkus has a question. Mic, open mic.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem.
Everything operates better when it is switched on. Okay. Thank you for your interesting presentation. As I understood, you are conducting your research in the area of digital solutions. You know, I wonder, my question concerns digital twin. Digital twin, I wonder how the competencies of employees working in processes supported by digital twins has to develop. What are main directions? To what extent these competencies have to be developed, treating as the basis the level when there was no digital twin, you know, on, let's say, day-to-day operation. What can you say about it? Have you any experience or research results?
Yes, the experience. I'm not an expert. Okay, my field where I feel comfortable, where I develop my research is on the management systems. Okay,
Yeah.
but the management systems now require something completely new. Okay, and one of the issues are those issues are in fact the digital twins, the ability of simulation, and what is called now the metaverse and so on. Okay, but the question is in fact what we can start to have some. I see all of those technologies, okay, as an add value to the human worker, okay, in any sense, okay. They should be in this approach of Industry 5.0, okay. It should be something still as a tool for the human, okay, to develop and to increase their capabilities, okay. So that's the major point, okay. Anything that can improve, okay, my awareness and my capabilities, okay, to reach a certain goal, okay, is like okay, it's my view on my perspective on all these technological issues that emerge.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
Thank you.
Okay, and our times comes to end. It's almost 1 p.m. So Thank you very much, Dr. Domingues, for the presentation and for the discussion. It was very insightful, and we learned a lot from this, and I'm sure that it will help us in our project, and I'm sure that others also were interested.
Please let me take this opportunity to thank you so much, okay, for being present, okay. It was a pleasure for me to work with Professor Slavek and to talk with you, okay. I already been in 2 Erasmus mobility projects in Poland. It's always a pleasure, okay, and it's always very nice people and very nice discussions, okay. So please consider to come here in Portugal, okay, to Porto, to Braga, to Lisbon, and so on, okay. And if you drop by here in University of Minho, okay, I'll be very happy to welcome you, okay. And I'll wait for the 16th of April to see Professor Slavek here, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much to all our guests. I hope you found it interesting, and please follow our website. There will be more seminars like this. Thank you very much for today, and
Okay, thank you.
see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.